Those are gunshots as we begin tonight with exclusive video of a shootout in an East Valley neighborhood. Good evening and thanks for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Mark Curtis.
I'm Troy Hayden. Crebay's off tonight. Mesa police say that shootout was started by a 13-year-old boy who ended up being shot himself after he robbed an adult at gunpoint.
12 News journalist Chase Golightly is live in that neighborhood tonight near Stapley and McKellips. And Chase, was anyone else hit by that gunfire?
Mark, Troy, no one else was hit by those gunshots, which really is a miracle given how many rang out last night. Police telling us the shooting happened in this apartment complex parking lot, but most of the gunshots actually were shot across the street into this other apartment complex. I spoke with one family of four who says they were home and couldn't believe what was happening.
Pieces of wood were flying all over my floor.
The Castagnon's family home riddled with bullets, getting dangerously close.
This one could have hit me.
13-year-old Alfredo Castagnon says he was in his room folding laundry with his mom at around 8 o'clock when he thought he heard fireworks.
I never heard a gunshot before.
All of a sudden, he says debris was flying through the air. His mom pushed him to the ground, saying the home was being shot at.
It was just like so fast. It was scary. It frightened me a lot.
He started crawling toward his sister's room when he noticed a bullet hole in her door.
I'm like, oh my gosh, Arisa.
15-year-old Arisa was also folding laundry when a bullet whizzed right past her.
It happened so fast I didn't know genuinely what was happening.
She also dropped to the floor and got her phone.
And I called the cops, and then my brother came running into my room and he laid down hugging me.
A terrifying scene that could have ended their lives.
I'm still shaking just thinking about it. It's like one of the worst things that could happen to us.
All those gunshots came from across the street. Mesa police say they were fired by 20-year-old Brandon Major and a 13-year-old boy who are both in custody. According to arrest documents, Major said he was meeting someone at this apartment complex to buy a 10-carat nugget ring he found on OfferUp for $280. When he arrived, he was met by a 13-year-old boy who was the seller. This video showing that teen walking up to Major. The 20-year-old then says he was looking at his phone when he noticed a blue laser on his chest from a gun the boy was pointing right at him. Major, realizing he was being robbed, gave him the money, and as the teen walked away, Major was also armed and started firing. Police then say the teen fired back. Both struck multiple homes. The boy was hit in the leg. Major got into a car and drove off. Both were later arrested. Major faces charges related to aggravated assault and endangerment. The 13-year-old was charged with aggravated assault, armed robbery, and a minor in possession of a gun.
It's just so crazy to me that someone the same age as my brother, in the same grade, around that, can do something like this.
How does a 13-year-old get a gun? And then it's just, I don't know how that happens. It scares me.
The Castagnons still see reminders of what happened that night and how close they were to their lives changing forever.
I don't feel safe in my own home anymore.
Now, we have received a response from OfferUp about this, saying they are aware of the shooting and are working with law enforcement. They also told me that for someone to use their site, they must be at least 16 years old. Now, Mesa Police Department tells us if you're buying stuff online, either from OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, they say that you want to make sure to meet that person in a public space. They say a police department is a great place to meet up. They also say do it during the day. Tell someone you're going or bring someone along with you to that meetup, and they also recommend that you don't carry a lot of cash on you and to do internet withdrawals or pay through online methods. Of course, we'll be sure to follow this story and try to identify how that teen obtained this firearm. Like I said, we'll be sure to keep you posted. For now, we're live in Mesa. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Yeah, unbelievable. How does a 13-year-old get a gun? Chase, thanks.